Two Japanese automakers shifted things into a new gear last week when they announced plans to merge. Auto giants Honda and Nissan, along with Mitsubishi, could create the third biggest group by vehicle sales, trailing just Toyota and Volkswagen. Well, the talks come amid the surging popularity of electric vehicles and mounting competition from China. Honda and Nissan added that they hope to reach a deal by June of 2025. Joining me now with more is Lauren Fix, founder of Car Coach Reports, a resident expert certainly on the auto space. Lauren, it's great to see you here as we wind down 2024. What does this deal mean for consumers?
Well, I don't think you're going to see initial reaction. I had a lot of people contact me thinking I drive a Nissan or I drive a Honda. How is it going to impact my vehicle? No worries. You'll have dealer networks around the country. They'll take care of you. There's resale value. It does not affect the consumer right now. Down the road, what you're going to see is potential partnerships on things like Honda no longer doesn't have a truck other than the Ridgeline. This would give them what we call in our business body on frame. So a real truck like the Armada or the Frontier would offer that opportunity for Honda to expand their line, but it would also offer Nissan the opportunity to expand their line. And if things are really bad at Nissan, because we believe that the Japanese government basically went to Honda and said, you got to save your little sister, this is maybe a Mayday type event. If that's the case, it's also going to try and save the Mitsubishi car side of their business. We could see a merger where a name could go away in order to save the product lines or some of the components. We will see some consolidation when it comes to production and components.
Interesting. Now, in terms of makes and models, I'd like to get a better sense, Lauren, as to which models might be sticking around, which ones that consumers might see go away.
Well, I don't think Honda's going to lose many of their product lines. They've got phenomenal product. Obviously, the Civic is one of their #1 selling vehicles, so I don't think that'll change. They may pick up some technology, but not much from Nissan, maybe some sharing of platforms. But really, the technology in the Nissan product is a little bit dated in comparison. Their new Nissan Kicks, I think, will survive. It's actually a nice little compact crossover if you're looking for an SUV. Price seems to be about right. So I think you'll see an uptick in quality when it comes to Nissan. But on the Honda side, what they really need is a pickup truck. And all they've had is the Ridgeline, which is a great little truck, but it's essentially a Pilot with a pickup truck bed. So we need to expand those product lines for Honda and maybe shrink some of what you see at Nissan, things that aren't selling. I hope we don't lose the Nissan Z car, which is their sports car, but Honda really doesn't have much other than the Civic Type R, which is a really fun little car. Maybe there'll be some sort of partnership in creating a broader sports car for them as well.
Lauren, between this deal and, of course, changes in the new year with the new administration set to take hold on January 20th, how are you seeing shoppers' habits change in terms of the timeline of their purchases?
Oh, people are keeping their cars longer for sure. We saw on average previous to COVID, you'd keep your car 10 years max. That was sort of the average car on the road. Now we're looking at 15 years. You've got high interest rates. You've got people concerned about potentially losing their job. The cost of literally everything being more expensive as you report on every single day. And so it makes people think, maybe I'll just keep what I have. And so you're seeing people keeping their cars longer. However, they're not maintaining them as well. And that is really important because it has to do with the safety of your vehicle. So we continue to push the message of please get your tires replaced when they start to get worn. Don't forget the brakes, the check engine light, all those things. So that could help bolster the automotive aftermarkets as well as the service and repair side of things. And we've seen that already if you look at some of the manufacturers that are out there. But as you look at the whole, I think you're going to see people keeping their cars longer. There's a lot of new technology coming out. A lot of it is very expensive, and someone's going to pay that price, and that is us, the consumer.
What is that new technology, the new bells and whistles that we can expect in 2025?
Well, you're going to start seeing 2026 models coming in. This is where we're going to see a lot of things coming in. It was from the infrastructure bill of 2021. Very deep in section 24-220, if you wish to do some research, you'll find there's a kill switch bill. Manufacturers don't have this technology fully built in yet. What it's supposed to do is use your fingertip to start on the start-stop button to tell whether you have alcohol in your system. If it does, then the vehicle won't start. They are expecting a very high failure rate, and that's going to make consumers extremely unhappy, and it's already causing a lot of anxiety of people saying, I'm going to buy 2025s So that is a factor right there. You're also going to see speed limiters built into cars, so you can't go over the speed limit. Again, more frustration for consumers if you have to pass someone or avoid a situation. But what we're really seeing today, if you drive by your local lot, wherever you live in the country, you're going to see a lot of inventory. They caught up from the chip shortage, and what we're seeing is literally vehicles sitting there over a year on the lot, and that's costing dealers a lot of money. And that is a serious problem. Some brands have already transitioned, like I said, to putting more EVs on the market, and they're just not selling. Other brands have increased the price of their gasoline powered vehicles to try to deter you, but the prices have gone up in some cases as high as $20,000, which just means people won't buy new cars and they'll keep what they have. It's a very interesting dynamic going on. It's a constant flux of what the government's mandating manufacturers to do, and the dealers are forced to deal with it.
Lauren Fix, founder of Car Coach Reports. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us.